Can't you see the
One of the chosen ones.
kill on down
One of the golden ones. Golden bricks.
Call me Waka Flocka, high young niggas spitting them flames. I need you well, like TanaDaKannon, is it the same? Need a nice little foreign, no ceiling like Lil Wayne. Need a bad bitch, won't go like Megan and Tory Lanez. I'm waiting for Jordan Lucas, try to make a diss and shit. I'm with the shit, as long as you niggas is really spitting.
Alright, y'all, we back with another installment of creating Coziness. I'm here with my boy Josh Santana, feel me? So
Cannon, niggas know the vibes, man. Heavy golden brick shit, free pop, you heard, free Gamo, free fly too, you heard.
word. So let's start it off, you feel me? Let the people know like who you are, where you come from and everything.
I'm TanaDaKannon, feel me, putting on for GB, niggas already know. Feel me, I'm from EO, niggas started moving around a lot of places though, so I'm really from like, nigga, everywhere in Jersey, damn me. Like, I grew up my whole life, other different places, Broadway, Elizabeth, feel me, Linden, all type of shit. But feel me, even going to VA and shit, coming back to Jersey, I'm everywhere, I'm plugged in.
Word. So tell people, your artistic endeavors, about the music and everything.
Feel me, I started making music when I was 16. I started writing when I was 16. Feel me, let my bros hear it, regular shit. They was fucking with it heavy. I let other people hear it. They was fucking with it heavy. My boy, Led, he in the other room right now. Bro got me in the recording and shit, so feel me, we started in the basement type shit, calling it the studio, regular vibes. Like, I think everybody down there came up doing that shit on the phone or something, you feel me? And I just started taking it serious. I seen that I could build a career out of it instead of like a hobby type shit. You feel me? Trying to get to the money now.
Word. So what's a few of your songs that you look back on and you feel me, you look at as like a main staple in your discography, the ones that you feel like it's gonna, take you, where you wanna be at?
For me personally, I have a lot of unreleased music. Like, I've been stacking music for mad long because I was releasing music under another name, but I was Fuck Santana before, but I ended up changing my name because, you feel me, I just wanted to brand myself different once I started taking it serious. So I felt like I was a different person, like I elevated. So I ended up changing the name, but my whole songs on there is on SoundCloud. Feel me? Once I changed my name to TanaDaKannon and shit, started putting my music on like Apple Music and shit like that. So I got 2 songs out on there right now. Quarantine Freestyle and the song named I featuring the on. Shout out to my boy, bro.
Word. So tell us about, a few of the people that you, work with, collab with, a few of the producers that you get in tune with to help you, create the sound that you want.
Yeah, I started actually, when I started hitting the stool, like the Royal Studio, I don't know, I fuck with some shit in VA. Shout out to my boy Jay, you heard? I fuck with him out there first. I came to Jersey, I started fucking with my boy B-Side and him. But we just actually linked up again after, you feel me, again, some change type shit, because I moved to Florida. Shout out to my boy Abel too, that's one of my engineers in Florida and shit. For me, Nico, that's my man. Then I 2K on Apple Music, mad music everywhere. Go stream that, you heard? My boy, he really, you feel me, helped me with that shit. Bro, be making music. I watched when he first started, so that really inspired me. Talib, he in the other room, my boy, he been snapping since like the 3rd grade, literally. Nasty.
Word. So tell us about, music that you got coming out soon, and like also tell us about, where you get your inspirations from, as far as like where you draw inspiration for your lyrics or, certain, concepts for music videos. Just tell us about, who you, look to for certain motivation.
Yeah, shout out to my boy K Honcho, you heard? Feel me, my boy, I actually just shot my first video like 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. With my man's K Honcho, I work with Film Mafia too. They really put me on. Feel me, my son, I went to the studio, chill with niggas. We had a feature that we've been working on for a long time. Shit called In the Hood. It's out right now. You feel me, stream that everywhere. It's on YouTube, the official video and shit. Feel me, but we linked up. They was fucking with my vibe or whatever. I knew Honcho. I used to go to school with him in North and shit. So we already been rocking with each other. You feel me? We just finally linked up on the rap tip because I've been moving and shit. I told you that. So you feel me? I came back up here, bro was fucking with me still. You feel me? And we just made some shit happen.
Or so you feel like you made more of a name for yourself in other states like VA, Florida, or you feel like you kind of made yourself known in Jersey, where you're from?
The VA is when I actually started, like I first started writing out there. So you feel me, my career at that time, it was like I was playing with it. I was into a lot of stuff at that time too. So I really wasn't taking that serious. Like I was, feel me, everywhere. Plus I'm still in school type shit, like senior type shit. So you feel me? Shit was hectic for me at the time, so I was playing around with it. Came back up here, I was really getting back to the checking because I just graduated. My mom was really on the money, so I'm like, I never want to work for nobody, bro, even to this day. Like, my pops, he owned a few restaurants. Shout out to Amazing Taste, feel me? I just really never wanted to work for nobody, so the music, my bro told me, like, yo, you nice. How do people telling me you nice? My uncle even was in the music industry, feel me? So, it's just time to make this shit a career, bro. Make this my source of income.
Word. So, other than music, do you feel like, you could express your talents in any other form of art? Or do you feel like music is like your main focus and like your only focus?
Music is definitely my main and only focus right now. I used to draw, you feel me? That was my thing. Fighting, I see that as an art. I used to fight before I actually started boxing and shit when I was young, before I started moving like hella different states and shit. But I feel like fighting is an art too. So hell yeah, I feel like I'm good in different areas of art. But music, that's what's gonna take me.
Word. So where do you see yourself, ceiling wise? Like where do you see your full potential at?
I don't see one. I feel like you could always grow. As long as you're alive, there's more, you feel me? You always have potential to grow. Like, shit don't never stop. There's no cap limit till you're dead.
Word, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, do you feel like, the music that you put out now, do you feel like there's a certain song or, a couple of songs that you feel like, this is like, the songs or, the content that really express who you are, or the ones that you would like, if people were trying to find out more about you and try to find out the type of person you truly are, like these are the songs that show the best of you and your talents?
Actually, since I first dropped my 2 singles, I actually have like 4 singles out right now, like features, all that. And like I said, I have a lot of unreleased, so I'm planning on putting a project out soon. Right now my main focus is videos and shit, just dropping singles, feel me? Because people want to see what's going on. But I'm putting projects together for sure. I have 100 songs in the cut, bro. More than that, but that's, you feel me? That's why I ain't gonna gas my shit. Niggas be gassing, but 100 for sure, feel me? So I want to put a project together right now, and feel me? I just want to put time into it. That's why I'm really taking time with that shit. But I got some shit coming that they really gonna feel me. I don't feel like I have anything out that's best to describe me right now, but that quarantine freestyle is valid, bro. I'm talking about how the shit going on in the world, what's going on in our neighborhood, and you feel me? How the system is set up, type shit, like.
Word. So how do you feel like the events that go on in the world and stuff play a role in your music? How serious do you take certain current events that go on and apply it to your music?
This is gonna sound fucked up, but you feel me? I take this shit serious, but at the end of the day, you can't really take anything too serious. Like, everything gotta have a balance. So it's like, to a certain extent, I'm like, alright, this shit fucked up. But it's like, you feel me? What can I do to change it right now? Like, you feel me? So the music, it really helped me just express myself and the people around me. Like, everybody can't speak for us. You know what I'm saying? We need them leaders like them Malcolm X's, and rappers don't know, but we do it through the music. But niggas don't use it for the right thing. They telling the kids to go, you feel me, slide on the ops. Niggas listen to Young Boy. They go up 12 years old trying to slide on the ops type shit. And niggas don't even live in that type of situation, you know what I'm saying? So shit be fucked up. I just want to use it to really tell some truth, put some soul into it.
Word. So you made a good point about, certain, people listening to some music that they don't necessarily identify or relate to. But even with that being said, they still try to, force themselves to live that certain reality. Right. So do you try to, make your music for certain people, or is your music just an expression of yourself conveyed, to the world?
Right. I feel like that's exactly what it is. Me just expressing myself. I don't really try to make. Somebody told me I need to make my music for other people too, like my fans and shit. But I don't know. I can't try to make myself relate to somebody else or try to put a story or some type of shit together. I just speak of what I know, what I seen. You feel me? What I did. Anything that's around me. Like, I can't speak on nobody else's life or anybody else's situation or put myself in that perspective because I ain't been there. Or if I ain't been there, I'm not gonna try to. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So when you look at other artists and try to draw some type of inspiration or motivation from them, do you take that into consideration? Like, you try to draw inspiration from artists that you feel personally have like some relation to your life, or do you just look at it from a music standpoint?
I definitely listen to more artists that relate to me more. Like I can't even vibe to a song that I don't relate to because it's like I don't feel it. I feel like music is about feeling. Like you gotta feel it. Like when you go in the booth, you make a song, you gotta feel that shit for it to come out sounding how you want it to sound. Like so, you feel me? I listen to more artists that like Meek Mills and like G Herbo's type shit. Like niggas that came up just how we did type shit. You know what I'm saying? Seen the same shit. You feel me? Been through the same shit, so they could speak for us. Like everybody can't speak for us.
Word. So with that being said, what is your main goal, overall goal with the music, and like socially, you know, for yourself personally, like what are your main goals, you know?
My main goals, I really want, you feel me, first get my mom's a mansion, you feel me, off bread. I want to put my family in a better, you feel me, situation for generations down, not even just the people now. Like after I'm going, it's just gonna keep going, bro. Mm-hmm. So I gotta make sure the family's set up. Like I'm not racist or none of that, but the white people, they got that shit set up for, you feel me, people who come into the family, once they grow up, they ready to go work that business that they parents and ancestors already had set up for them. So I want it to be the same way for me, and it's not, everybody's not musical. So I gotta find, you feel me, a lane, like a business that I can make for everybody to work through, like, so we can stay up. Because once I'm going, this shit, what it's gonna just fall apart, nobody gonna know what to do, so we gotta have a blueprint, a plan.
Word, that's valid. Well, give the people, you know, your social media and your platform, you feel me, any platform that, you know, they could reach you at or reach your music at.
TanaDaKannon on all streaming platforms, you heard. Your Tana on the gram, your.Tana to be exact. At TanaDaKannon on Twitter, you heard.
Word. It was nice talking to you, my boy.
Appreciate that.
Y'all make sure y'all follow my mans on the gram and everything.
Free Poppy, man. Put the first.
That shit was bad.